Hi, this is Kimberly from Are You Awakening, and I am here to talk to you about simplifying your wardrobe. Now, I live in LA, so I think I'm the only one, but that's okay. There's always one in a crowd. So what does that mean, simplifying your wardrobe? Well, it means that as you awaken, you start to focus more on internal aspects of yourself versus external aspects. And so, to put it plainly, you don't really give a shit what people think about you after a while. And along with that empowerment comes a certain sense of being okay with exactly who you are and whatever you feel like wearing that day. You're not dressing for other people anymore. You're dressing for you, whether it be the weather or your mood, or if it's an occasion, you're going to wear something that's probably comfortable. Because I'm telling you, honey, stilettos, I was not made to walk with a controlled fall for every step. Yeah, no, not happening. So for me, the first thing to go was high heels. And that was because, yes, they do make your legs look really hot. And there are times, where you could wear them. However, yeah, that's for a different reason. Anyway, as you awaken more and you start to focus on the internal part of yourself, you also realize that you are creating your reality. And the more and more you expand your consciousness, the more you recognize that your body is not solid. Okay, so it's malleable. You can change it with your thoughts, just like you can change anything else with your thoughts. The clothes that you're wearing have energy. And you want to go out and buy I don't know any designers, but let's say you go out and buy a designer jacket and you're really, really excited about the jacket. Well, that's great. So you might want to ask yourself, why? Do you love it because it looks good on you and it's a really cool color? Or do you love it because the name is emblazoned all over it and other people are going to be impressed that you're wearing it? Okay, so as you awaken, those things are going to come up to you and you're going to say, okay, why do I like this jacket? And you will come to conclusions about why you purchase or wear certain things. And after a while, after you start not giving a shit about what people think about you, some of those clothes are going to go away. You're going to not feel the energy of them when you put them on. They're not going to feel comfortable on you. And so when that happens, then you get rid of it. You give it away, you sell it, whatever you're going to do. You're going to distribute that energy back into the universe to someone else who can be served by that piece of clothing. So what does that look like after a while? You're probably going to get rid of about 80% of your clothing, all the stuff that looks crappy on you, or the wrong color, you feel frumpy, or it's too small around the waist, or all of those things. But also the ones that you're like, you know what, this doesn't give me any joy. So I'm going to pass it on to someone who it can give joy to. And you're not needing to stand out anymore. Will probably bring you closer to neutrals like blacks and browns. Oh, I did this. I didn't even do it on purpose, but blacks and browns and, neutral colors without tons and tons of prints, unless that print gives you lots of joy. You're not dressing to stand out anymore. You're dressing for you. And that's when you become the authentic you, right? You're not concerned about those external influences anymore. You're only concerned about what you think about you. Whatever that is, when you put on some clothing and you feel good about you, then you're wearing the right clothing for you. That may not be the right clothing for me. All right? It may not be the right clothing for anybody else, but the judge is you if you're going to judge. Okay? So let's just talk briefly about why you may be hanging on to clothes or reluctant to give some up. And we already spoke about the external influence, the feeling that people are judging you. And you know that most women dress for women. And so there's an example of some external influence that has governed our choices up until our awakening. Perhaps from other lives that you've had, maybe you didn't have a lot of clothes, or you were very poor. And so maybe you have a lot of clothes in your closet that you don't even wear, but you don't want to get rid of because you may need them someday. Okay, so that may be triggering some survival instincts that are outworn. Totally unintended pun, by the way, but those survival instincts are kind of hanging around from a previous lifetime, and they're arising for you now. So address that. Is that I did it again. Yes. I did it again. Okay, so maybe owning a lot of those things for you now is proof to yourself that you have made it, that you're abundant. And that's great. If you use the clothes, that's fantastic. But are you just acquiring things to prove to yourself that you're abundant? Because honestly, abundance doesn't come from stuff. And I'm pretty sure you realize that by now. Yeah. Abundance comes from inside, and how comfortable you feel with who you are and what you're portraying in this world. So those belief systems may be coming up for you if you are holding on to not just clothes, but anything in your closet. Shoes. Oh my gosh, I was totally Imelda Marcos before Hurricane Katrina washed them all away. I had 275 pairs of shoes. Nobody needs 275 pairs of shoes. And then I was down to like 2. Throw out the clothes that look like crap on you. If you feel frumpy, they're out. It's out. No, I'm sorry. I have been all over this universe and no one wants to feel frumpy. Okay, so address those beliefs if they show up. Get rid of the things in your closet that aren't serving you. Give them to someone who they do serve. Send them out with love. And when you do find something that you love at the store that makes you feel joyous, then buy it. Well, don't forget, always be yourself all the time. Love. How could you want to feel frumpy? No. Okay. Seriously, no one wants to feel frumpy.